Morning.
Please introduce yourself to the members of the jury, spelling your last name for the record.
Hi, my birth name was Chen Yiwei. That's my Chinese name. But no one could pronounce my Chinese name well, so I changed my name to Billy Isaacs. Isaacs is spelled I-S-A-A-C-S.
Ms. Isaacs, tell us a little about yourself.
I work as a bartender at Chuggy's Bar now. I'm a big family person, and I take care of my 95-year-old grandmother. See, taking care of our elderly is a tradition that has been passed down through my family, so taking care of my grandmother is pretty much my life.
Before working at Chucky's, where else did you work?
I used to work at Rock2World as a ride operator.
Now, before we get into your job at Rock2World, I have to ask you a question. Did you work with someone named Whit Bowman?
Yeah. I worked with Whit when I was hired in 2012 because we had to go through some training and stuff, and then I met him there. But once the summer started, we started spending less time together.
Well, why did you begin spending less time with Whit Bowman?
Well, because we both work at different ends of the park, and plus he always spent time with Cameron Poole, which is the person that works at the ticket booth.
Now, Ms. Isaacs, do you see Whit Bowman in this courtroom today?
Yeah, it's right there.
Your Honor, I ask that the record reflect that this witness has correctly identified the defendant, Whit Bowman.
It will so reflect. Continue.
Ms. Isaacs, you said that you didn't see Whit Bowman a lot because you worked at different ends of the park.
Right.
I have a map of Rock2World. If I showed it to you today, would you recognize it?
Of course.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that I'm approaching opposing counsel with prosecution's one.
That's fine. You don't have to put that on the record, but that's fine. Go ahead.
Permission to approach witness. Ms. Isaacs, what did I just hand you?
A Rock2World map.
Does it appear to be a fair and accurate copy of Rock2World?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the prosecution moves to omit into evidence prosecution's one.
Granted.
Ms. Isaacs, I brought along a bigger picture to show the members of the jury. Permission for this witness to step down and make use of the demonstrative aid.
Go ahead.
Here you are, Ms. Isaacs. Now, you said that Whit Bowman and yourself worked at different ends of the park.
Right.
Can you show the members of the jury where Whit Bowman worked at?
Right here, the hamster wheel.
Now, where did you work at, Ms. Isaacs?
The Tunnel of Terror.
Can you please describe the Tunnel of Terror for the members of the jury?
Well, the Tunnel of Terror is basically a small car ride that looks like a boat that go through the tunnel at the back of the park. And there's an emergency back door right there.
Now, where does this emergency back door lead to, Ms. Isaacs?
To the back of the parking lot.
Thank you. You may retake your seat. Thank you. Now, Ms. Isaacs, how do you operate the Tunnel of Terror?
Well, it's pretty simple. Just start and stop the ride. And on the top of the operator booth, there's a blue lever that you weren't supposed to hit on it because it leads to blackout mode.
You said that at the top of the booth is a blackout mode lever?
Right.
Well, what is blackout mode?
Well, blackout mode is actually, if you hit on it, it's when the lights will turn off in the ride and the car keeps moving. No one is supposed to hit on it because it's strictly for maintenance purpose.
Have you yourself ever put this ride into blackout mode?
Well, unfortunately, yes, it was during the first day when I was operating the ride of Tunnel of Terror. I made a mistake. I accidentally hit on it.
Now, have you ever made that mistake ever since the first day of working the Tunnel of Terror?
No.
I want to transition, Ms. Isaacs, to the day of August 30th, 2012. Were you working at Rock2World on that day?
Yeah, I worked most of the morning and the afternoon. It was a weird day though.
Well, why was it a weird day?
Well, remember I said there's a back door, emergency access door right at the back of the park? It kept opening and closing all the time. And late in the evening, I saw a shadow and I went to check it out.
Well, when you went to go check out the shadow, what did you find?
Well, I saw Cameron Poole, which is the person that worked at the ticket booth. And he was pulling out a knife from his pocket and he was texting with Bowman
Now,
on his phone.
after Karen Poole had texted Whit Bowman, what happened next?
I went back to my ride, and a few minutes later, around 8 p.m., Whit came to my ride, and he told me that the boss gave me permission to go home, and I left.
Now, did you have any other conversation with the defendant before you left?
Well, yeah, Whit actually asked me if I tried the blackout mode again since I accidentally hit that before. I told him no because we would get into trouble if we hit that again.
Objection, hearsay.
Counsel, response?
Your Honor, we're not.
No, before we do the response, what exactly is hearsay here?
What Bowman state?
Your Honor, the defendant's statements fall under an exception of 801D2 by admission by a party opponent. Since the defendant is part of our party opponent, it falls under that exception.
Okay, I'll overrule the objection. Proceed.
Now, can you tell the court again what Whit Bowman asked you?
Well, Whit asked me if I try out the blackout mode again since I accidentally hit that before. I told him no because we would get into trouble if we hit that again.
Ms. Isaacs, was that the only time on August 30th that Whit Bowman spoke to you?
Well, no. Whit actually came up to me at least 8 different times earlier and asked me if I need to go home early so he could take over my ride.
After you left, what time did you leave your ride, Ms. Isaacs?
Around 8 p.m.
Now, when you left your ride, did you see anything at the park unusual?
I left and I went to grab my bag at the front of the park and I saw Cameron Poole. Cameron Poole was looking around and he came to me and he asked if Whit was taking my ride. I told him,
Objection, hearsay.
Your Honor, this falls under exception of 804B3, statement against interest.
I haven't heard a statement against interest, so why don't you flesh this out a little bit?
May I further explain?
Yeah, go ahead.
The statement of Karen Poole asking about Whit Bowman, it would tend to show that it goes against his interest in exposing him to criminal liability. This case is about robbery, and the fact that he's unavailable and making the statement tends to show that he was about to rob Rock the World, therefore goes against his interest.
Okay, I think that's a little far afield. I'll sustain the objection. Go ahead.
When you saw Karen Poole, Ms. Isaacs, what was he doing?
he was looking around in front of the park. And he just asked me and if Whit Bowman was taking over the ride. And I told him, yeah, and he just smiled.
Thank you, Ms. Isaacs. Your Honor, this time no further questions. The opposing